Several images showing the second prototype of the Chengdu J-36 heavy fighter jet have surfaced online. This second prototype emerged more than 10 months after the first prototype, images of which circulated on December 26, 2024. The second airframe appears to retain the core configuration of its predecessor, such as the extensive control surfaces at the rear of the fuselage and its distinctive three engines. However, there are several important improvements that are visible from the intake geometry to the landing gear configuration. Following the photo's appearance, some observers on Chinese social media suggested that the second prototype was more representative of the actual final product, while the first prototype was likely a concept demonstrator. Visually, the most obvious change to the new airframe is the engine nozzles. The first prototype had a trough-like nozzle arrangement oriented toward a stealthier, mixed-air exhaust approach, similar to that used by the Northrop YF-23 competing in the ATF, Advanced Tactical Fighter, program. The second prototype adopted an F-22-style nozzle, which appeared to be more oriented towards 2D TVC, thrust vectoring control. If the final solution is a full 2D TVC for all three aircraft engines, they will likely be willing to sacrifice some degree of stealth for better maneuverability and control. Additionally, the side intake configuration appears to have been changed from the comb-shaped one on the first prototype. This aircraft instead adopts DSI, diverterless supersonic inlets, or even has the potential to be a combination of DSI and comb intakes, as used on Shenyang's next-generation fighter aircraft. The second prototype image doesn't provide enough detail to see the distinctive DSI bulge within the intake, thus confirming that the jet now has 3 DSI. However, the forward sweep of the intake clearly indicates a change in geometry, the aviationist writes. So far, there are no photos showing the top of the second J-36, although it can be assumed that the aircraft still retains the third DSI on top of the fuselage for the third engine. There is also no confirmation as to which engine the J-36 uses. The third major change that can be identified from the new images is the main landing gear configuration. The two wheels on the new aircraft's main landing gear are arranged in parallel, while the first prototypes were arranged in tandem, like the Su-34. This modification has the potential to provide more space in the aircraft's weapons bay.